Hey everybody, Yankee here. Welcome to another edition of Shooting the Shit with Yankee, which is me, as usual. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about that. I've asked, and they tell me no, you're stuck with it. So that's me. Today's topic is going to be revolvers versus semi-autos for carry. Which one is better? Which one should you choose? This is the first requested topic I've had since we started doing the Shooting the Shit with Yankee, so I thought I would go ahead and do it. Now, this is a topic we've covered multiple times. I've solved this for people before, but today I'm going to solve it for you again, and this is your chance to weigh in on whether I'm right or I'm wrong, and here's a little hint. I'm, as usual, right. But I welcome anybody who disagrees with me. Like I always say, you have every right to be wrong. You have every right to disagree with me. But when it comes to revolvers versus semi-autos for self-defense, it's really simple. Do you want the most reliable gun? Yes, you do. Do you want the most capable gun? Yes, you do. Do you want a round that can do the job, that you don't have to worry whether it's going to be sufficient or not? Of course you do. Do you want something easy to carry? Of course you do. Do you want something that's inherently accurate? Of course you do. And in all of those categories, revolvers win. Revolvers are more reliable than semi-autos. They fail way less. And I know some people will try to argue and say, yeah, but when a revolver fails, it's catastrophic. Well, yeah, and semi-autos fail catastrophically more often than revolvers do. So that's not an argument. When it comes to simple failures that will take you out of the fight for at least a second or two, or maybe longer, revolvers are far more reliable than semi-autos, mainly because most of the failures that happen with handguns are magazine related or ammo related. Magazines being number one, ammo being number two, and user error is probably number three. And here's the thing. With a revolver, there is no magazine, so you've eliminated most of the errors right off the bat. And if it's ammo related, you get a bad round. Well, it doesn't stay in the gun and not make it able to fire the next round. It just moves on when you pull the trigger. So you get to fire the next round without having to rack a slide or anything. And revolvers are simpler. You don't have to worry about doing things like clearing a jam or anything like that while you're carrying it. You don't have to worry about, is the safety on? Is the safety not on? You just pull the trigger or cock the hammer and pull the trigger, depending on which revolver you got. It's very simple. So you relieve yourself of most of the trouble. So that eliminates user error. So you eliminated two of the top three problems. And the second biggest problem is not really a problem either, because you can move on. So unless you've got a whole cylinder full of bad ammo, which if you had a lot of bad ammo in your magazine, you're still screwed. So unless that happens, you're fine with a revolver also. So revolvers are just better in every way, except for capacity. That's when revolvers start to fall down. If you're someone who thinks they're going to be in a running gun battle, you might want a semi-auto. If you're going to be attacked by 13 ninjas, you might want a semi-auto. But even in that case, I would say you're probably going to rather have a 357 Magnum revolver, because here's the thing about ninjas. Unless they run away after you shoot the first two, which you'll be more likely to visibly take out two with a 357 Magnum or 44 Magnum, the others will notice. If they don't run away when that happens, well, it don't matter how many rounds you have in your magazine. It doesn't matter how many rounds are still in your gun when they cut you to pieces, which is what a bunch of ninjas are going to do. You ain't going to have time to empty a magazine when attacked by a bunch of ninjas. So it isn't going to be effective there either. So I would still rather have a revolver. But if you're someone who thinks capacity matters, well, then semi-autos are for you. If you're less worried about performance, like you're like, I worry less about whether my round can make it through a car door or a truck windshield, and more on I can afford to miss 12 times before I actually hit anything, well, then semi-autos are for you. If you're confident in your aim and you want a more capable gun, revolvers are better. And as far as carry, a lot of people think, revolvers are harder to carry. No, they're not. If you're a normal shaped person, they fit right into the curve of your hip. Now, inside waistband, you're right there. They are a little more uncomfortable to carry inside waistband. So that's another time you might want a semi-auto if you're going to carry inside waistband. But otherwise, revolvers are the way to go. I just can't give the semi-auto a win over revolvers in anything except for a caliber availability, because there's a lot of different calibers, and capacity. That's it. So unless those are the most important things to you, well, then why would you want a semi-auto? Get the revolver. It's better in every other way. That's why they've been around so long. Semi-autos have their place if you're going to war. If maybe you're a gangster and you might be in a running gunfight, or you think you're going to miss a lot, well, or you carry inside waistband. Kudos on you. In fact, if you choose to carry a semi-auto, I'm thrilled that you do that just because you carry. But I think you'd be better served if you had a revolver. Revolvers are just definitely the way to go. And also, another thing about revolvers, when was the last time you heard of someone having a negligent discharge where they shot themselves with a revolver? Doesn't happen very often. If ever, it usually happens with semi-autos because they are more complicated. They are more prone to failures. They are more this. They are more that. And that's why revolvers are not only more capable, more reliable, and safer, they're just better, period. But like I said, semi-autos are still better than a pointy stick. Well, unless it's a 9mm semi-auto, then maybe not. If I had to choose between, I don't know, even if it was 22 Magnum and I had to choose between a pointy stick and a 22 Magnum, I'd probably choose the 22 Magnum if it was in a revolver, not in semi-auto, because then I wouldn't think it'd be reliable. But let's say a 9mm semi-auto and a pointy stick, I'd still choose the semi-auto in 9mm. Now, if that option was a board with a nail in it instead of a pointy stick, well, then it'd be a tougher decision, and I might go with the board and the nail in it over a 9mm semi-auto. But you go up to a competent round like 357 SIG, 40, 10mm, well, then I'd take the semi-auto. Just make sure it's a good, reliable one. You know how to use it. You carry it responsibly, and you'll be fine whichever one you choose. But in the end, the revolver's definitely the better choice. Let's see if anybody's got anything to say about that. I don't see any comments coming in. Looks like everybody agrees with me. So I don't think we'll have a question and answer session today. Doesn't look like anybody's got anything to say. So I guess we will just, I don't know what tomorrow's topic is going to be. We'll see tomorrow. I'm not going to see today because I don't know what tomorrow's topic will be. But when I put up the live chat tomorrow, when I open it up, usually 2 to 3 hours before the chat, just pay attention to the little screenshot there. That screenshot will have on it what tonight's title will be, or that night's topic will be. So just pay attention to that. Be ready. And if you got something you want to say, come on over and say it. I hate sitting here with no one neither confirming I'm right, which I already know, or actually challenging me, because without somebody challenging me, I don't have to think through my opinion. So love to have people get involved. Last night we had people involved. Tonight we have nobody involved. So if you're watching this during the afternoon, when I upload the video the next day, which will be today for you now, if you're watching it, you're not at the live show, come to the live chats, get involved, have your opinion heard. Don't let me be the only voice. That's the whole point of this. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'm going to say thanks to everybody for coming. Hope to see you all again tomorrow. Until then, remember, always carry and stay safe till I see you again.